All right, next up in talking about how to play an alignment in a mixed alignment setting or group, Ethan is going to talk to us about the selfish alignments.
That's right. Now, the whole premise of this is I'm speaking to you as a player. Your game master, in his infinite wisdom, has decided that he's going to use a mixed alignment party system, which means there's good, there's selfish, and there's evil. Now, you, as a selfish alignment, how do you get along with good people in your party and evil people in your party and still play your character's alignment properly? Well, this is in some ways harder than good or evil because you've got guys who are going to be pissed on the left, guys who are going to be pissed about you on the right. You're surrounded by jokers and bastards who don't like what you're doing for different reasons. But how can we navigate this? Let's find out.
The core values of #RPGate and any good tabletop group are escapism, not representation, entertainment over activism, and natural, organic inclusion, not forced diversity. Please follow that QR code or refer to the description below for the link to the charity we support, which is the Wounded Warrior Project. Thursdays and Saturdays, you can watch the Dirty Casuals on twitch.tv/Legion of Myth. Fridays and Sundays, you can watch the Friday Night Chill Stream and RPG Digest on our YouTube and Rumble channels. Please leave us a comment with your thoughts and experiences, and if you like our gaming content, please be sure to subscribe to Legion of Myth.
All right, so you are a selfish alignment, and let's look at alignments right now. Let's see which one you are.
Well, you're picking that. I don't like the term selfish.
I understand.
I think it should be something a little more neutral because selfish has the connotation you're just in it for yourself. I'd like to see something, maybe libertarian isn't the right word either, but something that's, evokes a little more freedom and a little less, I'm a dick.
I get it. Well, speaking of super freedom,
anarchist is a dick.
Let's choose anarchist because this is probably the worst.
Dick.
This is probably the worst one to go. You are an anarchist alignment character. Well, what does that entail? Let's find out. You will keep your word, but only if it suits or pleases you. You don't have to.
Fine, say, selfish is good.
Scout's honor. And then go, whatever, doesn't matter. Lie and cheat if it feels necessary. And this is another thing where it means lie and cheat whenever you want. Because you, as a player, can do mental gymnastics to figure out if it was necessary or not. And the only person you have to sell is yourself. If you can convince yourself that it was necessary, then it was necessary. Then you can do it. Not likely to kill an unarmed foe, but certainly will knock out, attack, or beat up one. Now, if it just said not likely to kill an unarmed foe and stop there, I would say, oh yeah, you can kill an unarmed foe. You just have to do the mental gymnastics and he needed to die. If I turn my back on him, he would have killed me. This was the only safe play. And fine, whatever. But it had more words after that. But certainly will knock out, attack, or beat up one. This narrows your possible gymnastics ability a little bit because instead of killing him, you can knock him out. You can beat him up so he's no longer a threat. You can do all this stuff to take away the ability for him to be a threat and then take away the reason to kill him. So you're probably not going to unless you can't incapacitate him in a proper way. All right. Never kill an innocent, although his rash or self-serving actions may injure or kill bystanders by accident. So this gives you an out. You can't purposefully kill an innocent person, but if an innocent person dies accidentally, they weren't the target, but you hit him anyway, you missed, bullet ricocheted, you did an aerial strike and you accidentally also hit a school. Well, them's the breaks. Make an omelet, break a few eggs. That's fine. But you can't do it on purpose. You can use torture to extract information, but you're not likely to do it for pleasure. Not likely. In this instance, you're not going to do it for pleasure. All right. That is evil. That's evil people territory. You'll do it because it needs to get done, and you need to get what you need to get. Remember, you're an anarchist, selfish. It's pretty much all about you. Seldom kill for pleasure. Seldom. Sometimes you will. It's okay to kill a bad guy and feel good about that for you. It's completely fine.
Why do I get Billy the Kid Young Guns 2 vibes here?
That's fine. That's actually good. It's actually good. Someone kills your father figure and you hunt them down and kill them and you take pleasure in that. That is an anarchist alignment.
Well, I was picturing the laugh.
Oh, well,
You know,
I don't know about the laugh. That's kind of weird, but if you take pleasure in killing someone that killed your family, that's fine. If you're scrupulous good, you're doing it for justice. If you're evil, you're doing it for revenge. Here you're doing it because it's got to get done and you're going to feel happy about that. Eye for an eye. That's fine for you. Not likely to help someone without some ulterior motive, even if it's only to show off. Again, here's the help with the mental gymnastics. There's a kid in danger, going to be killed by some slaver guy. And you intercede, save the kid. Why? You can just say, hey, I wanted to show off, or I didn't like the way that guy looked. You can do all the mental gymnastics you want to, make that happen. Now, did you save this kid so you could sell him into slavery? Let's find out if that's okay, because that's an ulterior motive right there. Rarely work within the law unless it serves a purpose. The law is there for you. If the law doesn't help you in the moment, the law can suck it. Now, this helps you more ways than one. I'm gonna go over that in a minute. Constantly break the law to achieve your goals. And it's not constant. It's rarely work within the law unless it serves your purpose. This one is a little weird for me. Constantly break the law. Constant and rarely are really.
I just see this doesn't care about the law.
Yeah, you don't care.
You just do what you do.
You'll follow the law if the law is the most expedient way to get what you want.
It's not intentionally. It just happened to be that you and the law coincided at that point.
There you go. That's fine. Little respect for authority, the law, or self-discipline. That's just all about you, man. That's fine. Not work well within groups, tend to do you please, despite orders to the contrary. This one is just being a dick. You probably want to tone this one down in a mixed party. Tone number 11 down.
Yeah, now that you're reading through these again, and I haven't read them in a while, I one of the things I've always thought, if I've felt, with the exception of those first few, which are pretty serious, murder and so forth.
Yeah.
I actually feel that the anarchist is more of a dick than the miscreant.
Mm-hmm. Because at least the miscreant has a code of some kind. The anarchist does not. Take dirty money without hesitation. I have no problem with this either, as me as a person. All money at some point from when it was made to when it got in my hands had some illicit connotation attached to it. What's it like? 30% of all the dollar bills you're going to touch ever in your life have cocaine residue because they were rolled up and used to snort cocaine. That's the way it is, man. All money's dirty. Shut up. Possibly betray a friend. Now, we've gone through all of this. Now, how do you, as an anarchist, fit in with, worst case scenario, a scrupulous, good cyber knight?
Well, principled would be higher.
Principled, sorry. Yeah. I keep saying that. I don't know why. Principled cyber knight. How do you exist in the same party and have the conflict be as little as possible? Well, here we go. Keep your word, but only if it suits or pleases you. Well, keeping your word to the cyber knight suits you because he's in your party and you want him to have your back without question. He can help you in a fight. He can help you get into places you normally can't get into. Why would you lie to him unnecessarily? You wouldn't. As a matter of fact, you would give him your word a lot to crap you don't care about. That way he will think you're a man of your word. That's fine.
And one thing I want to add in here, and this goes more to D&D than it does to Palladium from my experience, especially when it comes to the Paladin or the Cyber Knight in this case, is usually that is a player deal, not a character deal. The player is trying to e-peen, or it's just like, look at me, I got something you can't do, whatever the heck it happens to be to the other Paladin player, just to see if you can get the Paladin player to trip up or to act in a way that's outside. That's probably 90, if not more, % of my experience of somebody not keeping word or doing these anarchist thing to another player in the group. I get all the external factors. Sure. To the group, that usually says something about you as a player, even if you're playing this alignment.
I can see that. Lie and cheat if you feel it necessary. Well, the person you're going to lie to is the Cyber Knight. No, he just got away. When really you threw him in a vat of acid. Or no, he didn't have any money on him when you pocketed all of it. Lie your ass off. It's for party cohesion. Now, it's for party cohesion. I do what I want. No, again, you're playing for party cohesion. Do not lie and cheat other characters just for super funsies, because they are going to find out, right? Sooner or later, they're going to find out. And that'll break party cohesion.
I was just playing my alignment.
Yeah, see, this is not a guide to play your alignment. You can do that yourself. You can read this, not do any of this stuff, and you'll be playing your alignment. But you want to make the party go. You want to keep the party together, moving forward in the campaign or story or adventure or whatever. You will lie and cheat to keep your status in the group or to get what you want and keep your status in the group. That's why you would lie or cheat. Okay? Do that.
Also, one of the things to consider is, I'm parsing a little deeply here, but if your character is not absolutely retarded, I mean, if you got a character like a 15 intelligence, you're not going to do things that are just flat up stupid.
Right.
You know,
Or
I didn't take
make other characters
hanging out of your shorts.
Yeah, blatantly piss off other characters is not smart. If you have a smart character, you're not going to do that. Not likely to kill an unarmed foe, but certainly will knock out, attack, or beat up one. Here's the cool thing. Someone's unarmed. They have surrendered to the Cyber Knight. And you come along behind him and pistol whip in the back of the head to knock him out. The Cyber Knight's going to go, what the hell? He gave up. And I said, yeah, now I made sure he didn't decide to change his mind tomorrow or in 5 minutes or whatever. Now, is the Cyber Knight going to be upset? Maybe. Is he going to be upset enough to try and get you arrested? No. No, he's not. Because he's also working for party cohesion. Because he watched my last video. And so he knows you gave him an out. You gave him a reason. It's a logical enough reason. You didn't kill him. You didn't permanently maim him. You didn't cut off his arms or anything. It's fine. You can let it go. And the whole killing by accident thing, there is no principled character in the world who would punish someone besides himself for an accidental death of an innocent or bystander. I'm sorry. There isn't one. Judge not lest ye be judged type thing. Okay? If you can convince him or he sees that it was a legitimate accident, the principled character is going to let this go. Maybe give you a chewing out, just like Aldo Rain. You've been chewed out before. You'll be okay. But that's about it. Use torture to extract information, but not like do so for pleasure. Okay, use torture. The principled character is not going to use torture. Doesn't want to see the torture. He needs to go for a walk. Someone else in the party needs to take him around the block, let him smell the roses while you do what you got to do. When he comes back, if he asks you what happened, you can tell him if you want to. But again, you can lie. He tried to escape. Now he's all beaten up and knocked unconscious because of it. But I got the information. Now, is the Cyber Knight going to believe that? Probably not. But it's the way it is. Now, I've been talking about good this entire time, but with Selfish, you have to talk about evil. You have to talk about evil. What about the miscreant character? The miscreant evil character. You're in a group with him. How do you get along with him? Well, let's look here. Seldom kill for pleasure. That's a big out right there. If you see a miscreant kill for pleasure, you can understand it. You can understand it. Your alignment allows you to give him an out right there. Not likely to help someone without some ulterior motive. The miscreant evil character will respect that. I'm not going to help him. He can't give me anything. He's poor. He's a beggar. Sure, he's being beaten up by a couple kids, but that beggar literally has nothing. There is no reason for me to help him. The miscreant character go, boss, yeah.
The anarchist is really the epitome of selfishness.
Exactly. And the evil characters can get behind you in most cases. That's why I haven't talked about them until now. because it's super easy. Because you as a selfish character can go either way. You're bisexual of alignments. You can go good or evil, doesn't matter. So it's really easy for you to put yourself into an evil alignment group and roll with the punches and be fine.
I would say that the anarchist struggles a lot with the aberrant. Because a principled person probably wouldn't kill the anarchist for lying to him or doing something unorderly. The aberrant's not going to have that restraint.
Okay. But the aberrant says never kill for pleasure, will always have a reason. But again, just because someone else kills for pleasure, I don't see an aberrant evil character trying to make a fuss.
Not at that point. I'm just saying that if there's, when push comes to shove, the aberrant definitely wants a sense of order, and the anarchist is everything but that.
Is everything but, yes. And but the thing is, as long as you are useful to the aberrant evil character, he will make excuses to keep you around, because in the end, you will be helping his agenda. You will.
As long as you're doing that, the gray area doesn't matter.
The gray area doesn't matter because the ends justify the means. For most of the time, for most evil characters, the ends justify the means. As long as you're part of the ends, and you're part of the means to get to the ends, they'll justify anything. They can. Not as good as you, though. You can justify anything. Rarely work within the law unless it serves a purpose. The aberrant and the miscreant will get behind this for two different reasons. The rarely work within the law unless it serves its purpose. You can work within the law, which means you can keep the aberrant happy because he believes in laws, but he wants loopholes and stuff. Do that. And the miscreant doesn't care about laws. And you know what? In the end, neither do you. So either way, you're good to go. Constantly break the law to achieve your goals. Again, with the miscreant, he's on board with you. No problem there. The aberrant, he won't go along with you, but as long as you get results that further his goals, he's fine.
Also, don't get caught. That would be the big one for the aberrant. Didn't break the law if you didn't get caught, did you?
Right, exactly. Have little respect for authority, the law, or self-discipline. Now, the aberrant is going to have a problem with this. The miscreant doesn't care, but the aberrant is going to have a problem with this. It says little respect for authority, little respect for the law, or little respect for self-discipline. Now, if I were playing this alignment and there was a miscreant evil or a scrupulous good, or even a principled or scrupulous good character in my group, I would fake respect every once in a while just to keep him happy.
Yep.
And it doesn't say you can't do that. And really, it's part of your shtick. If you want to stay with the group, you lie. You can lie. Hello, right here. Lie and cheat if you feel necessary. It's right there. You can lie, and it's fine. Take dirty money without hesitation. The principled good character is not going to like it, but if you take the money and don't try and give it to him, and he wants to have a problem, well, he can have a problem if he wants to, but it's not his money bag. It's your money. Be a
fence. You're the fence.
Yeah, there you go. Now, an evil character or another selfish alignment is not going to care. Money's money. It's been used for evil at some point. No money is perfectly clean. No money. Possibly betray a friend, of course.
Sorry, pal. Gotta say sorry, pal, at the end of that one.
Now, all the evil alignments are going to be completely fine with this. All of them have that. Like, let's see. Never betray. The aberrant character will never betray a friend. Never. The miscreant character betray friends if it serves his needs. And the diabolic character we don't talk about because they're not viable. They're not viable in this instance. The aberrant character is going to have a problem with you. The scrupulous, principled, and even unscrupulous character is going to have a problem with you. Now, here's the cool thing about the good characters. You can lie. Always go back to number 2. You betrayed a friend. Why did you do that? lie.
Because at that point, you definitely feel it's necessary.
Yes, that is necessary. It's necessary now to lie. Put bracket, parenthetical, whatever, insert lie as needed. Boom, there it is.
And
right?
why is it necessary? Well, let's see. There's another number on there because it. Which one is it? There's one of them about basically you just being you.
You being
oh,
you, bro.
I already forgot which one it is. So not like I can't read. It's too small.
To achieve your goals.
Yeah. It's the one that's pure selfishness that we talked about before.
Yeah. If you want to stay with the party, you're gonna lie because that's your goal. You lie.
Oh yeah, and the one right above it serves your purpose.
Yeah. Rarely work within the law unless it serves your purpose. There you go. There it is. I mean, you as a miscreant have to do more mental gymnastics, but you have more outs. You have lots of outs. And that's the beauty of this alignment. It is choice. That's what it's an anarchist. You have infinite choice. None of it is good. None of it is bad. But it's all you. It's all choice. And so you can fit in a party of good guys or a party of bad guys because you have the ability to lie almost indiscriminately and you have the ability to stay within your alignment and be a moral chameleon. You can do that. You are allowed. All right. What do we got for chat?
I got a few of them here. Let's go here. Grizzly Beardo. Oh man, I hope you didn't watch Friday's stream. Just with that name alone. All right. As a GM, it's easier to make an NPC likable. He's unprincipled or anarchist too, I think. Just more relatable.
Yeah. No, understand because the unprincipled and the anarchist have the most freedom to act how they want. It says you can lie. It doesn't say you have to lie. If you think it's necessary, you can lie. Well, it's not necessary for me. So you tell the truth. You can keep your word if it pleases you. You can just say it pleases me and keep your word. Or it doesn't please me and don't. You are a peg that can choose its number of sides to fit into any hole. So yeah, that's great.
What about characters who hide their true intentions, pretending to be another alignment? Example, sure. Good character infiltrating a group of evil characters, but has a personal and secret goal.
Okay. Now, that would be very, very hard for a principled character, but a scrupulous and definitely unscrupulous character can easily do bad things, lie, cheat, steal, as long as you're undercover doing a greater good. It's very much like a police officer going undercover. There are rules. You can't personally kill anyone. If you are assisting a robbery of a place, you may not take any stolen property over the threshold of the property. But you can allow other people to do it for you. You can beat people, but you can't maim them. You can hurt people, but you can't kill them. There are rules. As long as you stick to the rules and you're a scrupulous or unscrupulous alignment, then you're fine. Then undercover is cool.
I think that also comes to, and I hate rationalization. I really do hate it because once you open up that little inch, the players dive in for the mile. Yeah. But if you look at the greater good and say, just use the example that we were talking about before, pistol whipping a 5-year-old girl. If you're sitting there and say, what, the greater good, she's hurt now, but the greater good is I'm going to actually save the lives of 30, 300, 2,000, whatever. You can rationalize, as long as it's legitimate, you can rationalize that to the point like, okay, I don't like this, but this is something that's just going to happen for a greater good to come out of this.
Well, a principled alignment cannot do that ever. Never harm an innocent. Couldn't hit the little girl. Scrupulous good, never harm an innocent. Couldn't hit the little girl. Couldn't.
I disagree, but that'll be a comment later, and I'll explain why in a comment that comes up later.
Never harm an innocent. Can't do it. Selfish anarchist. Never kill an innocent, although his rash and self-serving may injure. Never kill. Hurt is not there. You can beat that little girl for the greater good. It's fine. You can't kill her, but you can beat her up, tune her up a little bit. That's fine. So a good character in that scenario could never beat a little girl, even if it was to save like 1,000 lives. You would not be playing your alignment. Never is a strong word that they rarely use here, but when it's used, it's for emphatic effect. Never means never. All right, what else we got?
Or you can be totally upfront about how you feel, and either everybody else deals with it or they don't. I knew an anarchist who tried to sell this approach.
You are going against the idea of this video. I'm talking to you as a player. You as a player want to make this mixed alignment party work. Think of ways to do that. Don't think of ways to throw a bomb on everyone. That's basically throwing your alignment grenade on everyone and say, hey, either you accept it or you don't. You know, love me or hate me. This is how I am. Suck it. Don't do that. Because people are going to say, we don't. Get out.
And for your next character, and this is Palladium, so it takes you a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So no, don't do that. The whole point of this video is to help you do the mental gymnastics to stick with your alignment, but still stay in the party with a good alignment party or an evil alignment party. You can do that, especially with a selfish, with an anarchist alignment. You can do it.
It's highly possible you're not going to have all the fun of the dark side of that, acting like the complete chaotic, neutral weirdo that you might have envisioned originally, unless you're crazy in riffs. But you have ultimate freedom in the end, though. Is this one? Yep. Would mixed alignment groups typically work better for shorter campaigns?
They normally don't work at all, but for a short campaign, yes, it would work better than a long campaign, because a long-term campaign, you have to keep that tap dancing up for a much longer period of time, over months and weeks and months and maybe years. And someone's going to drop the ball at some point. But for a shorter campaign, this is absolutely doable. Absolutely doable.
I take personal issue with the anarchist alignment. Mostly it's titling. However, the alignments still pigeonhole you too much and don't allow for natural interactions.
Your $2, not 2 cents. Okay. Now, I disagree with the pigeonholing, because it only tells you what you can't do, not what you can do. That's different than many other games and their alignment systems. Many of the other alignment systems also tell you not only what you can't do, but also what you must do. You must always do this. You must always do that. You will always help those in need. Let's see the principled good character. Always keep your word. Avoid lies. Never, never. Always help others. But the next one, always try to help others. See? Right from the apex of good, just one step down, there's wiggle room. That's when the wiggle room starts. These alignments don't want to tell you what you can do, just tell you what you can't. And as alignments go, it's the best system I've seen in any game.
Yeah, I don't like alignments, generally speaking. I think that they're dumb. But Palladium has the best system of alignments out there. And then the last one is, and this is where I've got some commentary, definitely. I feel alignments are a tool. In my world's alignment is what your PC is 90-95% of the time. Good guys have bad days. That's a very important thing to state there. Bad guys sometimes do something different. But what is your PC most often? I agree with that. And
that is fair. But that is up to the game master to adjudicate. Now, I understand a principled good cyber knight will allow a little girl to die to save 10,000 other innocent people. But you have to role play the heart-wrenching, gut-tearing awfulness that you let happen. And the game master has to make you go through some kind of penance. And then you're good. Then you can move past it. Then you won't have nightmares every night.
So maybe we won't disagree so much then, because this is what I was going to piggyback on. I could see a principled character doing something horrific.
Yeah. But there has to be punishment for breaking your alignment. There has to be punishment. And that's why it's only things you can't do, not things you must do. these are not restricting your thought, only restricting your action. If you betray an innocent or let an innocent die or kill an innocent, and you are alignment that says you will never do that, there has to be some kind of punishment for that, some kind of in-game problem that arises from that. If not, then what the hell's alignment for, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not a game mechanic.
No,
If
it's not a game mechanic. It is the game master imposing some kind of punishment on you or penance or whatever to make up for that. If you decide not to, that's when you slip alignment.
Absolutely. Now there are some exceptions to that, like a paladin, for example, openly well, again, I don't know Palladium, but I'm speaking the D&D side. I haven't played a paladin in Palladium, but like in D&D, you lose your powers if you do things, even if you do them accidentally sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So I'm for that. What I'm saying is like, well, you didn't play your alignment, so no XP for you today.
No,
but I played my character, and what happened was, I'm not trying to rationalize it as I should be allowed to do it. I'm rationalizing it like my character's respond. Look at the Rifts game. My character, well, I'm not calling him an alcoholic, but my character's got some severe mental issues now after giving the order to nuke a village. That's not something, because my character's scrupulous. That's not something I gave lightly. Now, based on the information I had, it made sense. Also,
and based on the information during the battle that I gave you, it made sense as well.
Everything tied up made sense, and who we were working for. We kind of knew, I mean, those were our orders anyway, right? But that was not my intent going in, and that happened over because things came together. I didn't want to do it. And after the fact, it wasn't like, hey, we nuked the city. Who cares? No, my character's like, oh, what did we do? What did we do? Why did this happen? You know,
the long story short of it is that if you break alignment because you believe your character would break alignment, if you don't want your alignment to change for the better or worse, depending on how you broke it and why, then you have to role play some kind of penance or problem going forward.
And there can be in-game, like you said, in-game things like the news media. I mean, again, it depends on your setting. News media is after you. The
cops are after you.
Cops are after you. People won't help you anymore. Whatever it happens to be, depends on your setting and how, what world you're playing in. But yeah, there could just be that intangible stuff like, wow, we used to get support. Now all of our money dried up. Yeah, because nobody wants to be around somebody who does these things, et cetera, et cetera. So
there are in-game effects, and you have to role play them if you broke your alignment. If you like, now screw it. I did the right thing. Guess what? Your alignment just shifted into something that believes that was the right thing. So the little girl, let's say you had to let her die, not kill her, but let her die, let it happen. And
you're the anarchist,
and you were principled good.
Okay.
Always help others. You failed that. But you as a player say, no, my character doesn't care because it was for the greater good. I'm like, really? Okay, let's go down until we find something that fits. Always try to help others. Nope, that doesn't fit because you didn't even try. And we move down to unprincipled. Usually help those in need. And we got a winner. You went from principled by the book to unprincipled with that one action and no contrition.
So for me, I wouldn't do it off of one. I would do it. One's a what's the term? Well, two's a coincidence. Three's a trend. By the third time, absolutely. The first time, I'm going to look at you squinty-eyed. Second time, really? This is what you're doing with the character? By the third time, then I would definitely hit with the alignment change.
Here's my argument with that. In this instance, the principled Cyber Knight let the girl die because it was for the greater good. But instead of feeling bad about that, the player tells me my character still feels like it was the right call. I did the right thing. I don't deserve any punishment. That right there is an emphatic declaration of an alignment change. And we have to find the nearest alignment that fits that worldview. And that's unprincipled. Now,
and then we'll add one more question here before we move on to the next. I mean, I get what you're saying. We're going to just continue to talk in circles and disagree about that. But I get what you're saying. I just don't think that one instance should do it. But at the same time, if you take a strict reading of the book, I see what you're. Oh, nope, that's not it. Sorry. Where is it? There it is. Everything scrolled. Okay, dark question for my fellow Rifts nerds.
Okay.
Can you play, and I saw this, I wasn't going to put it up, but then I saw this last part here. Can you play a coalition NPC as scrupulous or even principled under the rationale that DBs aren't really people?
Yes.
I'm doing it.
100%. 100% yes. Yes, you can. Because the main defining factor besides these, let's say principled. I am a principled CS dead boy, right? I always keep my word.
Okay.
I can do that. I'm just following orders. Avoid lies. That's great. Your military structure doesn't want you to lie anyway. Never kill or attack an unarmed foe. All DBs are armed. They have magic, they have psionics, they have claws, they have poison, they have tentacles, and you have no idea which one is which. If you hesitate, the person to the right or left, you could pay the price for that. You will not. Never harm an innocent. You are taught no DB is innocent. You are taught that from a child's age.
Now, is that a rational? Would that be a rationalization? Because again, I don't like rationalization. Oh, see, I can get by with this stuff. Or is that? Or would you say, and to be fair, this is what I believe, that by the system you feel that you're not harming an innocent. You feel you are the good guys. You are trying to be, in your heart of hearts, you are trying to do right. And this is how you've been indoctrinated your entire life. So you can't see it any other way.
No, you don't see it any way, because to you, this is true. All DBs are evil. No DB is innocent. This has been your mantra since you were 3 years old and can understand speech enough to understand this. Never torture for any reason. That's fine. You can do that as a dog boy grunt soldier. You kill or don't kill. You don't need to torture. That's not your thing. You're not going to be in that situation. Never kill for pleasure. That's fine. You're killing to protect your family. You're killing for humanity.
You might not even be killing, but
no, it's not fun. It's necessary.
Yeah.
Always help others. What does others mean? Well, definitely not DBs, other humans. That's what others means. Humans. Humans are people. DBs are not.
I would get a little squinty eye with somebody if the DB was human, like looking. We'll say just a normal human that came from Palladium fantasy, for lack of a better term, a ranger. So no special powers or whatever. I would expect that character to not want to kill that person.
No, initially, no. Yeah. But if your superior said, no, this one's a DB, I need you to kill it. If it lives, it'll cause problems for the coalition later on. Boom. DB's not a person. DB is an animal. A dangerous animal that needs to be taken out.
Okay.
And all of these things fit as you being a coalition soldier can follow all 13 of these tenets. And to play a principled, good character, this is all you need to do. Follow these 13 tenets. You can do that in any organization that isn't openly evil. You can do this.
Team Dog turning alignment system into subjective morality when it's meant to be more objective. Here's the problem with all alignment systems and all players rationalize it. This is why I like the Palladium one the best, because he can look at it. Now, we disagree on what does never mean. Obviously, never means never, but I would allow a player, if you can really justify it and you role play it well in terms of you're despondent after the fact, you didn't want to do it. It was just something that I had to make a quick choice and I made the wrong one, thought it was the right one at the time, whatever. I'll let something like that slide once, maybe twice. After that, no. He reads never is never, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No. You're misremembering. You're misremembering. I said if they show contrition or take punishment for it, it's fine. But if they're adamant saying, no, I did the right thing, no matter what, I stand by it. That is adamantly a different alignment.
I typically don't like, because here's my experience. One of the things that I do in my games, and we should probably get into the third one here in a second, but is I always look for how are the players going to manipulate this, whether it's a spell, somebody wants to try something new with a spell, or somebody wants to use a feat or power or talent or whatever in a special way. The first thing I think of isn't, can this be done now? the first thing I think of is how is the character or the player going to try to manipulate this in the future if I let them do it now? Because I am actually the type, you might not know this, but I'm actually the type that wants to say yes to a player. But players, but you let me do it that? No, it says right here. And so I usually shut shit down. I end up saying no because I'll shut it down quickly. And when it comes to alignment, yeah, if you're starting to rationalize why, well, I should be able to do it because in my mind, I think it's actually good because no. And that's where Heathen Dog's absolutely right.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It turns subjective morality into objective into subjective, but it doesn't, because it has the words always and never. Always and never, I hold to a higher standard. Always and never. That is not subjective. That is objective reality. Never torture for any reason. Avoid lies. Doesn't say never lie. And you notice that, right? It doesn't say that. Always keep your word. Never kill for pleasure. Never harm an innocent. These are hard stops. There is no subjective nonsense in this. You break this, you break your alignment, you take punishment, or you change alignment. That is it. That is it. There's only 13 rules. As long as you follow these 13 rules, technically, everything else is fair game.
And in a lot of cases, they're not rules, they're guidelines.
Sometimes they're guidelines, but you follow these things and you are playing your alignment correctly. That's awesome. No other alignment system gives you this clear, I'm doing it right, I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. The arguments are so much bigger over the D&D alignments. Like people, look, again, I'm not a fan of alignments. I want characters to act how they are and be who they are, maybe even change over time, whatever. But as far as alignment systems go, this is, to me, it's the best. And I haven't seen anybody come up with a better one, even though some have tried. And
now here's Per again. Oh. Nope, here's Per again. I love how whenever Max points out, oh, nope, that's not it. Nope, that wasn't it. There it is. Nope, that's not it. God damn it. It was on my screen and then chat happened. God damn it. Whatever. All right.
You're not going to find it anymore?
No, I lost it. It's fine.
Okay. So everybody can like, subscribe, and share. We went a little off there toward the end, but I think that it's a type of discussion that people need to hear as far as how to do alignments in your game. And I actually like this presentation that Heathen Dog's giving us with terms. He's not just saying, what does good alignment mean? What does selfish alignment mean? What is evil? No, how do you play this in the group with the people of the other alignments? And guess what we're talking about next? How to play evil character in a party of good and selfish. And, well, guess what? Other evils. Can evil actually get along with itself? We'll find out in just a few moments or in a couple of days.
Skeletor says no.